Welcome to X Gaming Wolf, and today we are counting down the top 10 games of 2021. Up first is Far Cry 6. Welcome to Yara, a tropical paradise frozen in time. As a dictator of Yara, Anton Castillo is intent on restoring his nation back to its former glory by any means, with his son Diego following in his bloody footsteps. The oppressive rule has ignited a revolution. Similar to the previous entries in the series, Far Cry 6 is a first-person shooter game set in an open world navigable on foot or various land, water and air vehicles. You will be taking the role of a local rebel named Danny Rogers, whose gender you can select at the start of the game. The world is divided into 7 main regions with an array of terrain. Hitman 3. It is a sequel to the 2018 video game Hitman 2 and the 8th main installment in the Hitman series and the third and final entry in the World of Assassination trilogy. Concluding the plot arc started in Hitman, the single-player storyline follows Assassin Agent 47 and his allies as they hunt down the leaders of the selective organization Providence, which controls the world affairs and was partially responsible for 47's creation and upbringing. Like the predecessors, Hitman 3 is a stealth game played from a third-person perspective, and players can once again assume the role of Hitman 47.
Only death awaits.
Call of Duty Vanguard. Call of Duty Vanguard is a first-person shooter game developed by Sledgehammer Games and published by Activision. Vanguard's campaign features similar gameplay mechanics which was previously introduced in the Modern Warfare, such as the player being able to mount the wielded weapons to the flat surfaces, interact with the doors, and execute takedowns. The new gameplay features allows the player the ability to use a more advanced tactical approach in the combat, such as blind firing from behind the cover, breaking through the destructible environment elements, or creating new paths to complete the objectives by climbing walls.
Whatever we do.
Up next, Resident Evil Village. It is set in a snowy, explorable Eastern European village described as pulled straight from the Victorian era and much larger and more immersive than its predecessor. Structures and buildings in the central village can be climbed and used to fight enemies. Compared to Biohazard, the game is more action-focused, with the protagonist Ethan Winters now equipped with more combat skill due to the military training. The game's primary enemies, the werewolf-like lycans, are not only agile and intelligent but can wield weapons and attack in packs, forcing the player to rethink their strategy on whether to use sparse ammunition, use melee combat, or simply just run away. Similar to the Resident Evil 4, makeshift barricades can be used to fend off the enemies as well. With one of the best games of 2021, it is an all-time fan favorite. Up next, Forza Horizon 5. It is a racing video game set in an open-world environment based in a fictional representation of Mexico. The game has the largest map in the entire Forza Horizon series, being 50% larger than its predecessor Forza Horizon 4, while also having the highest point in the Horizon series. The map was described by the creative director Mike Brown as one of the most diverse Forza Horizon maps the team has ever built. The map contains jungles and beaches, ancient Mayan temples, and towns and cities. Players can explore the open world freely, though they can also compete in multiplayer races and complete the campaign mode. Both the cars featured in the game and the player character can be extensively customized. The players are able to create custom liveries and tune for cars and perform engine swaps, drivetrain swaps, or install body kits on certain vehicles. The game is the first in the franchise to support ray tracing on cars, although this is only available in Forza Vista. Halo 2021. Like the past Halo games, Halo is a shooter with the most gameplay taking place from a first-person perspective. Players use a number of weapons and vehicles commonly found in the Halo series, such as the Warthog. The game features several new abilities for player character Master Chief, such as the Grapple Shot, which enables him to pull himself towards the foes or retrieve items.
Something pushed back.
You are not the future.
The Medium. The Medium is a psychological horror game played in the third person as Marianne, a medium who can travel into spirit realm. Being able to inhabit both worlds aids puzzle solving. Her psychic abilities may also be used against the hostile forces and are recharged by interacting with energy spots called spirit wells. Discover a dark mystery only a medium can solve. Travel to an abandoned community resort and use its unique psychic abilities to uncover its deeply disturbing secrets, solve dual reality puzzles, survive encounters with sinister spirits, and explore two realities at the same time.
It ate all of them, Marianne. All of my friends. I'm the only one left.
Oh, it's okay. I'm here now.
Battlefield 2042. Similar to its predecessors, Battlefield 2042 is a multiplayer-focused first-person shooter game. As the game is set in the near future, it features futuristic weapons and gadgets like deployable turrets and drones, as well as vehicles that players can control. Players can request a vehicle airdrop at any location. The game introduced a plus system which allows players to customize their weapons on the spot. The class system is significantly overhauled and removes the four defined classes from previous games. Instead, players can assume the control of a specialist who falls under the four traditional Battlefield gameplay classes of Assault, Engineer, Medic and Recon. These characters can wield any of the weapons and gadgets that a player has unlocked. Each operator has their own unique skills and gadgets. The game features 7 maps at the launch, including Breakaway, the largest map in the history of Battlefield franchise. Returnal. Returnal is a third-person shooter video game featuring roguelike elements and covering the psychological horror genre. Set in the futuristic science fiction setting, the player controls Celine Vassos, a space pilot equipped with a suit and armed with high-tech weapons who is stranded on an alien planet, Atropos, and stuck in a time loop. After every death, Celine is resurrected, following a pattern of traversing foreign environments and combating extraterrestrial entities with growing visions in an ever-changing world. Deathloop. In Deathloop, the player takes on the role of Colt, an assassin stuck in the time loop who has been tasked to take out 8 different targets called Visionaries across the island of Black Reef before midnight. As leaving, even one alive will cause the time loop to reset and undo his work. Should Colt die before taking out the 8 targets, he will wake back up at the start of the loop. The player uses a combination of stealth, parkour, attack skills, guns, gadgets, and power of Arcane's previous games Dishonored and Prey to move about the game world. They must avoid or take out guards, learn the patterns of Colt's targets, and to figure out the right order to eliminate said targets using guns, melee attacks, or other environmental means.